Hi, good evening, everyone. My name is Salil. I'm a faculty in mechanical engineering. Um, how does, I mean, there are no specific strategies to discuss. I mean, you try to do your best, try to be interactive, try to engage the students, and that's it. I mean, there's nothing secret or no special strategies. Just at the end of the course, the students evaluate, and that's it. I mean, you try to be as on. I mean, students should realize that you are really interested in teaching and you do care for them. You have to be approachable. I mean, that's the most important thing. And you should take your jobs really seriously because it's a serious thing you're going. I mean, you're actually going and trying to teach something to students. So they should. I mean, you should build their trust. I mean, they should learn that this guy means business and we are here to learn something. As long as that is done, I think everything follows. And you have to be fair. That's another important thing. No biases, nothing.
Was it a large class?
This is spread over 10 years, right? So I've been teaching undergrad classes, I've been teaching grad classes. The strength varies from year to year. So I guess the undergrads are looking for something different, possibly, and the grads are looking for something different. So as I was mentioning, maybe we have some kind of an exit survey to see what they like, what they don't like. But unfortunately, I have nothing.
Questions?
Yeah, I mean, that would be better. You ask me questions, I can answer them.
So you said you have to engage the students.
Right.
No? And so what is the class strength and
So,
how do you engage them?
See, yeah, so if it's a big class, like a undergrad class, it actually becomes quite difficult to engage them. You talk or you try to convey it, but most likely the backbenchers don't listen. There are people sitting in the first few bench whom you talk, you try to ask questions, get response. Now this time I'm teaching a small class, it's about 25, 30 PG elective. Then it's very easy to engage with students. At every step you can ask them what is it, lead them to what comes next. So then it becomes easier for smaller classes. For large classes, it's quite difficult.
Do you use any technology or
No.
it's just like you ask question and they'll raise
Right, and I was even not even using slides. I used to write on the board. Now, COVID forced me to actually use slides. Okay, so technology-wise, nothing special.
So is it like, do you conduct the classes in discussion mode or is it like question answer? How do you ensure that students are engaged and students are doing?
So it's not discussion, it's more of questions leading to something, where I want to go. So if I'm discussing a topic, I'll maybe give some real life experience or real life problem, ask them, okay, we are going to discuss this, why do you think it is important? And then take it from there.
So like trying to pique their curiosity.
Right, I mean, first of all, tell them that what they're learning, I mean, why is it important? Unless you are able to convince them that this is important, they are not going to learn, however hard you try. So the first thing, you may not be always successful, but at least you should make an attempt to tell them that, I mean, they should realize that, okay, this particular topic or this particular thing is something which can be useful in the future or something which they should know as engineers.
So more about what is the application?
Right. So I have worked in industry before I joined IIT Bombay. So you try to give examples that, okay, this was the thing I was working on, and how is this what we are doing related to what was. Yeah.
So sir, when you're preparing for a class, let's say tomorrow you have a class, you're teaching a topic which has like some obvious applications or some well-known applications.
Right.
So in that case, do you have any thought process that you go through that I am going to conduct my class like this? This is the question I'm going to pose. This is how I plan it.
You try it. I mean, you have a rough idea. Okay, this is how I would like to proceed, but it does change. It depends on what the students ask and how you respond to it. But you have some idea that, okay, if I'm going to discuss this, maybe I should introduce or maybe tell them about this particular thing. And let's see how it goes from there.
Because I don't know the domain of mechanical engineering, this question might sound silly.
No silly questions. That is.
Have you come across any topic in your teaching which did not have any applications and then you sort of had to struggle
No, you do try to find applications. Else, I mean, just writing something on the board and saying that learn this or this is important, it doesn't make sense.
So finding out the application.
Yeah, I mean, that is important. See, these are all engineers. I mean, at least we want them to be engineers, right? So you need to tell them what this is going to be used for.
So again,
Yeah.
this question is also silly. It's a silly question.
There's no silly questions
What is
again.
the average feedback which like, what is the general average feedback that the award recipients get?
Feedback in
Is it 90? Is it 95?
Numbers.
Yeah, because I'm...
I don't know, probably 90. I have no idea.
I would say it's probably higher. It's
probably
more
higher.
like 95.
See, again, what the way it is calculated, there's a big complicated formula to actually calculate it. Depends on which course you're teaching, how many students are there, how many respondents are there. So those numbers actually don't mean anything. So
I agree. I mean, quite frankly, I don't understand the formula, but looking at some raw numbers here and there, it is my guess that award recipients typically get 95 plus.
So, see, my experience is like this, the UG courses, this I can tell you what I got
yeah,
roughly. So, I used to teach a course with some 100 students, more than 100, 70, 82, around 140. So, in that course, there were UG, PG both students, and there are different course numbers. You can actually see UG people and PG people. So, in those courses, I always had UG around 80 and the PG close to 90. It will be like 82, 83,
Yeah.
88, 90. But elective courses which I taught, like what I was teaching just before coming to this, there I usually get around 95 also. Because it's a smaller class
right.
and topic is more focused. So you can go into deep. So there are two types of courses, wide
Right.
and less deep, and then there are courses which you have to go into deep and that they are not so wide.
Right.
So I've been feeling more difficulty in teaching these wide courses versus where you go deep and specific focus topic. And that reflected in my scores also. So I don't know finally how they calculate it. Because I agree that 1995 in one course and another course actually I got something in 80s also. But maybe there is a compensation for last class. So
I don't know that formula. I never made an effort to understand, but I'm quoting this number based on I've been the HOD for the past 3 years, so I was able to look at the scores my colleagues got. So that's why it's based on that. As a broad, this one I'm saying it's 90 plus, definitely more like 95.
See, it's as
most
a
probably larger classes they have some
Yeah.
scoring is done and